Back in the back cave of an office, we are. Yow, 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 yow. What's the vibes, y'all? What's going on? All right, you already saw the thumbnail. You already know what this is about. Once again, we back on another episode of Opinions. Boy Keys Open Doors. Also known as the BX Vegan. You're also known as the Vintage Vegan. Also known as Dollar Tree Daddy. I'm known as a lot of things. So we're going to get right into it. And we had about a good 2 weeks about this. We had a good 2 weeks of talking about it, seeing about it, understanding it. All the things that we had to. We got enough content for the next year about this thing, and we got all the theorists. We got who's this? The therapist. I'm sorry. Every time I go live now on Instagram, it acts like it's a brand new live for some reason. Yeah, I know, and then you got to click all these buttons just to get them off your screen. So just bear with me. But anyway, yeah, man, this is it's nasty. It's nasty. But before we get into it, I just want y'all to make sure that y'all subscribe, like the video, comment below. I know everybody has something to say about this, so I'm not surprised at all. If we, if people disagree, if I get called out my name, which happens often. I hate that we're at that point, but now I'm not even surprised based off the reactions that we got off of this that people go straight to the insults if you don't agree with them. That's just where we at with it. And now we got a lot of people that are on the side that agree with this type of behavior. We got a lot of people that are against this type of behavior. Not a lot. No, I didn't hear a lot of people that was against it, but I did definitely heard a lot of people that was for this type of behavior. Excuse me. So basically, we're talking about Will Smith walking up to Chris Rock and slapping him because of his emotions and lack of different reaction, I guess, to what he was feeling when Chris Rock said this joke. All right, we got so much to break down in this. I'm gonna try to rock it as short as possible. Y'all know I'm long-winded. Peace, peace, peace. So, do y'all feel it was right? Do y'all feel that was the justified reaction, the justified action to return for the joke? Let's break down the joke. The joke was about Jada's haircut, right? And Chris Rock said what? G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. At which point we still see Will Smith laughing about that, right? So if he's laughing about it at first and then, camera cuts. So we're presuming that Jada gave him a look. We saw Jada making a look with her face, but we're presuming that Jada gave him a look, right? And then by giving this look, that initiated Order 66. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. That initiated Order 66 for him to walk up there, slap this man, then walk back with a smirk on his face. All right. A lot of people saying, well, he knew that she had alopecia. He shouldn't be joking about that. Okay, so let's start there. Do we know that he knew? I'm sorry. Do we know that he knew that she had alopecia? Are we presuming such? Just because we're so in tune with all these celebrities' lives doesn't mean that every other celebrity's in tune. Honest, like when you're really busy, I imagine that you really don't have time to look at. Often, if you look at interviews, you see rappers, movie stars, artists. Sometimes they say, "I don't have time to watch other people's stuff or listen to other people's stuff because I'm so busy working." So we're assuming he knew that, right? But then even still, we got it over our heads. Like, does this justify a slap? Right. The next up, we got in like comparison to that, we're like, yo, is that justified? Is that okay? Can we switch roles for a second? If that was Tiffany Haddish making a joke about Will Smith going bald and Jada Pinkett is sitting right there, should she now take it upon herself to walk up there and slap Tiffany Haddish because she's upset about this joke? Is that the proper protocol? Is that the good? Is that what we're doing? I don't know. It's a question to be like. I wouldn't know the answer. Only y'all would, but it's on us, and it's great to have the conversation. A lot of times we get frustrated in these conversations and disagreements, debates, debacles, whatever, and then we can't get to a solution, which is very becoming of the very situation that we're talking about. There was no talking out. Had Will led the whole situation with keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. Excuse my language. Would we even had we started there? Would we even, you know? I don't think so. I don't even think we'd be having this conversation. I think it would. I think it'd be a different conversation. Like, whoa, what's going on? But it wouldn't be to this magnitude. You know. What's going on, y'all? Peace, 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 peace. What you say? Yeah. So for like, I get it's like one of the very things that we learn first as far as values and morals go as children, like sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt me. So if words will never hurt you, see where I'm going with this? See why it's a little distorted because how can we teach children this if we're not practicing this? It I don't think it hits the same. It's again we're back to that do as I say do, don't do as I do. When I'm a firm believer that if you can't do it in front of your children, you shouldn't be doing it. You can't do it in front of your parents, you shouldn't be doing it. Outside of reproduction, shouldn't be doing it. We're setting a prime example of what's going on here. And it's alopecia. It's alopecia, right? How many women I'm in the black community, you know, I know black women. Alopecia is not foreign to me. There's several ways to get alopecia too. It's not just stress, which is the overall thing, but it's not just stress, you know? So a lot of people saying that he was protecting his wife. Okay. What was she in danger of? Like what was the immediate danger? What was gonna happen to her if Will Smith didn't walk up to the stage? Was she gonna die? Was she gonna be hurt more if Will didn't walk up there and violently attack this guy? Like, was she gonna be what was going to be the outcome of the danger that she was in? Because I think we taking danger and we just threw that. It's I'm throwing it out there like hotcakes right now. Is it? What's do? Let's define danger before we just throw that word. Was she in danger? If she was in danger, then I guess Will Smith saved her life, right? Because is she even protecting her husband in the relationship? Do y'all feel like she's fully protecting her husband in this situation? Is she honoring this marriage? Is she keeping him safe? She keeping them out of harm's way? I think with the very thing that happened, where it drew so much attention to the situation, they could have just did the Beyonce. And if you notice, Beyonce don't speak about it unless she's gonna monetize off of it, right? I don't think I don't think this is one of those things that they needed to happen. I think that we could have done without this. I think that didn't even if August Alsina had spoken up about the situation, so now we all want answers, cool, and now y'all throw it on the table talk, but y'all Smiths, y'all don't gotta talk about y'all don't have to respond to anything. Y'all Smiths, who y'all owe? Just continue to make dope stuff, and that's all we need. But being that it was spoken about and spoken about on live TV, and then even in that interview, let's go to that point in the interview. As a matter of fact, let me see. I might still have it up. Yeah, I do. As a matter of fact, I do. Right. Mm-hmm. Here we go, y'all. Let me turn this off real quick. Hold on. At this point in the interview,
separated amicably. Yeah. And I think he also wanted to make it clear that he's not a homewrecker, which he's not.
I think so. I mean, because this is your red table, and you like brought yourself to the red table. I think you need to say clearly what happened.
she needs to say clearly what happened. you know what? I'm gonna put this live up, and then I think I'm going to chop it up to include the clips that I'm playing, just for the sake of visuals, because y'all need to see what I'm seeing. I'm so sorry, but the tapping of the table softly, and again with that, I'm empathizing as well, being a Libra, being a person that was born the day before this man, watching him when I grew up. First rap album I ever had was that because I couldn't listen to curse words, profanity. Lo and behold, then he curses the man on stage. But anyway, let's continue. So I think you need to clearly state what happens, right? All right.
As far as what?
You and I decided we were gonna take our space, and what happened?
Yeah, and then I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
That's what I said. Yo, the whole purpose of even sugarcoating what happened down to entanglement to come, yo, that's just so. We also were pain on Will's face so much so that he became a meme. Who's protecting Will? I don't know. Let's finish playing that clip though. We're gonna finish playing that clip.
An entanglement?
Yes.
An entanglement. That's what we're calling it.
Yes.
A relationship.
Yes, it was a relationship.
And then he threw the powder sugar on.
And I was very broken. Now, in the process of that relationship, I definitely realized that you can't find happiness outside of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And luckily,
we saw the pain on this man's face so much so that he became a meme. We didn't care about what, like, yo, was we protecting him then? I don't think so. It's nasty. It's nasty. And now with him protecting her with this slap that was needed, necessary and justified, warranted, all that, right? With this slap, because I'm presuming that, and from hearing, I'm adding what I've heard, read, saw, and my presumptions. Let's do that. It's more like an assessment. We're gonna call it a presumption. That this drew more attention to her baldy than her actually than the joke itself. A lot of people I know never even saw G.I. Jane. I actually saw it. I watched a bunch of movies with those parents of mine. I actually saw G.I. Jane. A lot of people didn't even get the joke. That's how lighthearted it was. It was. If he had mentioned a movie where a woman was actually losing her hair, maybe. This a stretch. Oh my gosh! It's just. I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone, and I know what my stance on it is. I don't think that it was warranted. That's my stance. I'm saying it, but I really want to know what y'all think, and I want people see the thing about any way that you feel, believe, and know or think. Hearing other people's opinions, seeing other people, empathizing, sets your brain to be open and accepting to hearing new ideas, learning new things. If you know everything, then why are you here? You should be teaching 24/7, right? But I'm still in the learning mode, so I'm willing to hear what people have to say about it. But I saw abuse out the gate. Did y'all see that? So abuse out the gate. I don't know if y'all ever watch Red Table Talk. If y'all don't, I mean, I'm pretty sure the ratings are going through the roof right now. But in Red Table Talk, there's an episode where Will mentions that he popped Jada on the mouth with a newspaper or a paper of some. Let's go. Let's find it. Gotcha. Yo, good thing I took notes this time. Ordinarily, I don't. And I thought I took all the videos down because my tabs is all closed because I guess I forgot to plug in my laptop. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to just freestyler. But then y'all end up with the ranting and rambling me, and then I never get to a point, or I might jump over a point, or end up with the hindsight 2020. Like, dang,
So let's
should have
back
said
it up
that.
a little bit. So if
So let me see if I can find it. It was 14. Is it here? Nah, it's Hold on, I'm gonna find it. I got it. All right, hold on. Here we go.
Moment that launched our communication. Before we got married, we were having the party at the house. Remember that we were playing Pictionary, 20 people around the table.
yes.
And Trey is sitting on my lap. He's like one and he's like, he might be just about two. In some order, she cursed at me in front of 20 people at this party. She's like, Will, would you shut the up?
Ooh.
With Trey sitting on my lap,
I remember that.
right? And I grabbed a newspaper and I said, pow! Can I talk to you in the other room, please?
And I was like,
Right.
this joker just hit me on my head with a newspaper. Like I'm a dog.
We went in the up.
Hilarious, right? Hilarious. Again, I feel if you leave, like, he didn't even warn her. Like, you're not even gonna warn her. You're not even gonna say that I don't deal with the cursing and the profanity in front, especially in my family, in my home, in front of my. I don't, you know.
The other room, and I was like, I said, Jada, this is the deal. I grew up in a household where I watched my father punch my mother in the face.
Damn.
And I will not create a house, a space, an interaction with a person where there's profanity and violence.
A little hypocritical considering the facts, and let the facts remain. You led with violence both times in talking to your wife, because I'm a firm believer, and you have to let the ground rules be known. And I'm pretty sure they wasn't in this relationship or embarked in this relationship, and he led the gate with like, yo, don't ever curse to me in front of my family or my family setting or within my home. I don't think, and a lot of times we need to have those conversations. You need to, I don't like this and I won't tolerate this and this is not happening. Cool, right? Did he have to hit her with the, especially after they go to the other, what's the point in hitting her with the newspaper? Instead of just expressing to her, listen, again, I think in those situations, a lot of times you got to think like Gandhi or Martin Luther King or whatever, or you just have to pretend like your arms and legs don't, excuse me. Shout out to anybody that has lost limbs or a limb or whatever, excuse me, but a lot of times we have to have the discipline that is forced upon us in the situations that many of you may be in, where we don't have that access to being retaliatory. Is that is that wrong? Is that wrong to feel like you don't have to touch people in order to get your words, in order to get your point across? Because then, if so, then these children are detrimented. I'm loud. I'm loud about it and out loud about it. And I just feel I could be wrong. This is my feeling. This is my way. He could have just told her, yo, chill. And then, you know what I'm saying? That's more of a second or third time warning. That's more of an over the edge warning. I don't think even her saying shut the F up warranted that. It warrants a call out, not a newspaper and then a call out. Again, same to speak on the Oscars. It warranted a call out. If anything, if you felt that strongly about it, warranted a call out. Then if you even felt more strongly about it, go see that man. Go see that man. Why are you putting on for all of us? And a lot of times, most arguments, especially within, you know where we from, especially from there, a lot of those arguments would be solved if there wasn't a crowd to see the argument or fight. People usually put on this pride thing for people because of what other people know, see, or do. I've seen so many moments Shout out to Aaron Magruder. So many of those moments that escalate because there's an audience. When in fact, if it's just somebody in passing, a lot of times you'll let it go. Even somebody looking at you funny, saying something, a slur from over here, somebody tripping out over here. How thin is your skin? So, like, I don't get it. Like, are you attacking every person that says something about you? Are you that? How rich are you, and how much time do you truly have? And how many lives are you gonna live that you can waste any of it or any of the energy on people and things that you don't like? It's like when people come to my page and tell me they hate what I say or disagree or call me on my name. I'm like, why are you here? Why are you here? You don't have to. You don't have to be. If you disagree so much, and if what I'm saying doesn't mean so much to you, then why are you here? They boycotted the Grammys last time because we were talking about that 2016 joke that Chris Rock said. It was a funny joke. Yeah, she wasn't invited to the Oscars, and a lot of time, and that jab, if that means anything, I feel like that jab means so much more because it's true. You wasn't invited. And a lot of times women can feel like they're, especially women that are talented, know they have a passion, know they have a skill, know they have a gift, but you're the mothers of the earth. That's a lot to weigh. That's a lot to weigh out. The mothers of the earth, we're not going to have any more people on this earth unless y'all say so. We're not talking about the test tubes. We're not talking about the... Yo, Moto, y'all better give me a shout out for all the times my phone ring because I forgot to put my joint in Do Not Disturb. But all this test tube and unnatural types of births and things like that and all this... We're not talking about that. We're talking about what they decide and what they want. Because if women unanimously decided, you know what? Like the movie Chirac, we're not having any more children until we get our demands met. And it'd be basic demands. I imagine it would be the basic demands. In Chirac, the demands was there, yeah, stop killing each other. I would love that. But that's for another video. We're not going. That's another topic that's passionate of mine, that I'm passionate about, excuse me. Where just our community, period, and the dynamic of it and how we interact with each other. But yeah, let's talk about the empathy though. Let's take a sip. Oh, thanks for the likes. I appreciate you. Appreciate y'all. I don't know who that was, but I appreciate you. And I didn't wave at nobody. Peace. Shout out to y'all. I'm definitely gonna have to regroup and chop it up and then give y'all a better visual at what we doing over here. But black women love their hair. This will also be another video, but yeah, black women love their hair, right? I think oftentimes I love black women's hair more than they love their own hair sometimes. Sad to say. Because then we say, do black women love their hair? Do they love other people's hair over their hair? For the most part. For the most part. What do you read into most of the time? I see the wigs, I see the weaves. I'm fully attracted to my people, to carbonated people, to electric and coiled hair. It's a shame that oftentimes the people with that hair cover it up with other people's hair. Now, we take Madam C.J. Walker, for instance. Genius, but also a gift and a curse if black women truly love their hair, because black women love their hair, right? And, you don't know what it's like to be a black woman and how we have to deal with our hair. The thing, oftentimes, it's a catch-22 and it's a double standard because women act like we don't grow hair either. Women act like men don't grow hair as well. Yeah, come on. You see, come on, Burley. We have hair as well. You act like we don't have mothers, sisters, cousins, nieces, daughters. When we see this, we're not blind. We're not blind. I think we've been so calcified in our thoughts and our views on what beauty is. And Madam C.J. Walker helped perpetuate that, in my opinion. She helped perpetuate. Of course, she was one of the richest black women, especially at that time. Innovator, sales genius, marketing genius, ambitious, driven, just pure genius, right? And what was she selling though? At the expense of whom and what? Because after Mass already convinced us that our hair was ugly, our hair wasn't beautiful. It should be covered up. It shouldn't be seen. It should. That's nasty. It should be look like our hair, right? And then we have this lye chemical. We have these relaxers and these hot combs and these straighteners and things of that nature that makes our hair look less like our own, if nothing like our own. You have to change the texture. We're changing the grade of it, right? And all the while with those, especially those earlier forms of changing our hair to those formats was detrimental to our hair and our health, as we found out and know from experience and research and science and evidence and results that lye relaxers and perms and damages your hair and your hair follicles, oftentimes resulting in what? Alopecia as well. And whose design is that? That even so many years ago that these things were said that our hair was ugly, that we still believe it now. Huh? So much so that women go out their way to to attain other people's hair. And show off those other people's DNA. When our own DNA is perfect. Dare I say perfect. Why not? Why is it not beautiful? Why is it not pretty? Why is that not what you're going out your way to look like yourself? Why not? I love it. I love looking at it. And it's because we perpetuate this need to, or their idea of what beauty is, that we we get up and go and support these businesses and go and buy these products and make our hair look anything like our less than our own. We definitely have an affinity for recessive genes. Again, another video. But they'll go out their way to go buy these wigs and weaves that look like other people's hair. Even the person that got slapped, Chris Rock, had a document. I went to the theater to see it because I want, again, like I said, I love black women. The way I look, talk, sound. Even some of the stuff that makes me sick sometimes. Like, you know what, she a little cute. That was good. But for the most part, I get tired of the theatrics and the anime and the ratchet shit stuff being on the platform as the that's it, that's us. No, that doesn't speak for all of us, and definitely does not speak for all black women. But he shot this good documentary. I suggest y'all go watch it, please. And there's a scene in the documentary where he's sitting at this palace in India with the young Indian girls that sacrifice their hair unto their gods. That's what they're telling them. And they're building, and they run a multi-million-dollar business by these young girls just growing out their hair and cutting it every time it grows to a certain length and sending it off, and there goes those bundles, right? He sat down with the young Indian girl and he asked the young Indian girl, he said, if y'all selling all these wigs and weaves and stuff, how come y'all don't wear the wigs and weaves yourselves? And she said, we already have our own hair, and giggled and laughed. And I'm like, yo, the day that our black women say, why would we go buy hair when we have our own, is oh my gosh. My heart is beating now. My heart is beating now. Imagine that. They don't have to go out and feel beautiful, knowing that they're beautiful before they left the house and showing that off. And not disproving that, saying, yeah, I love my hair, but covering it up 365 days out the year with someone else's grade of hair. Show yours on. Yours is perfect. Yours is beautiful. I love your hair. Why not? Why not? What's not to love? But we've come into this age of where things are it's prosthetic beauty. And the wig has become God. And if it hasn't, and if we're not in love with their looks and their beauty standards, then we're the 4C wigs. 4B, 3C. We're these wigs. Why is that not the popular wig? Why is there a reason why the most popular wig is the one that she can do like this? And it's funny, when she does like this, I never see an Indian girl with her own hair going like this. It's become a clutch, a safety blanket of beauty. And then if you call women out on these things and ask them about it, or even question it, it's a dangerous place. You can't even ask them about it. Actually, I have white family members and associates and friends and like all that. And when they ask me certain questions, it's kind of funny when they're like, "Can I ask you something about you getting offended?" And they ask me certain questions I don't even think about. Sometimes, like one time, dude asked me, he's like, "Marquis, I'm gonna ask you a question without you getting." I'm like, "Ah, ask me." He's like, "Yeah, how come black people just bust out into song out of nowhere?" Like, bust out into song? What are you talking about? Black people just bust out into song. He's like, "Yeah, you guys just, like spit a verse or sing a lyric or two." I'm like, "I don't, bro, I don't even." 10 minutes later, bust out. He's like that, like that, like that. I'm like, "Oh." I'm like, I don't know. It naturally soulful rhythmic, but I never noticed it. So it's even more funny when they feel scared or hesitant to ask a question about my hair. The many times that I don't get offended when people say, "Can I touch your hair?" Especially them. I don't get offended. They don't have it. And they can't go to the store and buy it either to take it home and look at it and test it out either because we're so busy covering it and hiding it. But it's funny to see, like, so what kind of hair is, and you know what? It's going to get to the point that we're not even going to be able to explain it, because I know young women that don't know how to take care of their own hair. I know young men that don't know how to take care of their own hair. That's usually an easier problem to handle for the men, because it's lesser styles and it's less manipulated. Much of the reason why in school when we were growing up, the women that were reclusive, the young women, the young girls that were reclusive, that sometimes didn't feel like a girl or wasn't so girly, maybe tomboyish, but all in all, the ones that didn't over manipulate their hair had longer hair, especially on the basketball team. The girls on the basketball team, whether they was it or not, when they wasn't manipulating their hair was growing to a nice length. It's the young girls whose mothers felt that they had to put wigs, weave glue, tight braids, messing up the edges, perms, lies, relaxers, straighteners, that ruined their hair grade, that messed up their hair grade early. And also we have that running joke in the hood where we say, "Oh, you had a perm when you was 4 and now your hair still don't grow." A lot of cases, sometimes women get alopecia, and then if you get alopecia or you mess up your hair grade and still don't even know how to, like, before we even ruin what we have, how about we learn to take care of what we have? That's my motto. How about we learn to appreciate you. Why won't we just learn to appreciate what we have first and then branch off and do whatever you want to do later? From the face paint to the head caps, all of it. Why not? So I actually applaud Jada for coming out there with the beautiful baldy, and she's still pretty. Like, what? She wasn't killing it. There was like, it's like making fun of somebody that's gorgeous and calling them ugly. And this is like, how are you offended? I don't know, but it's so easy for us to fall victim to that stuff because it's been happening for so long. See, I got somebody in my comments right now saying, "Facts, my mom effed me up." See that? This is a woman. This is a woman saying this too. You know what I'm saying? And women don't realize oftentimes how much they are an example and role model for younger women, whether they want to be or not. And then women will tell me like, "Oh, yeah, young girls aren't supposed to be listening to Cardi B. That's not my job to make sure they don't listen to it. That's their parents' job." Nobody stopped you from listening to Lil Kim, Biggie, all that stuff it down my pores. Nobody stopped you, because if you wanted to listen to it, you went to school. School was the majority of the time that you spent with other people, and that's where you got your culture from. I wasn't listening to rap in the crib, but when I got to school, it was lit. What? I'm learning. First things first, I pop freaks all the honeys, dummy. Like, oh, this was amazing to me. I'm like, I'm listening to real rap. This is not just Will Smith rap. Funny how that tied in. Peace, 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 peace. But yeah, so it is our duty to be the examples. But I get it. I totally get it. But we can't fault these young women for wanting to have the wigs and weaves and the lashes and everything looking out of place, like to the point that we're now drawing on and gluing on baby hairs. Whatever. Moving past that. Nonetheless, if we can't make bald jokes, like, yo, give a damn why. Male pattern baldness is a thing too. And it's gonna happen regardless. All the bald jokes in the world, nobody got slapped. Ain't nobody getting slapped for no bald joke. And now we're gonna be extra sensitive now. Like, even T.I. going off on another fellow comedian. That's another thing. T.I. going off. If y'all haven't heard, he went off on all night. And because she was saying something about those alleged allegations, and he was like, "Don't bring that up." He got a little rambunctious, but he's a comedian now. You gotta have a thick skin as a comedian to be comedic and take what you dishing out. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. See, it's yo. And did y'all see the? I hope y'all saw the video. If not, I'm gonna make sure I upload the video. But when he does cut, when we only left to presume and assume, and I guess people that was there maybe saw her face, and if she looked over to Will, she did indeed look over to Will before he walked up to that stage. I got something for that. If she did indeed look at this man to make him turn and go slap somebody, I mean, walk up to the stage and slap somebody, right? Let's just listen to what he said. Because I understand this man. Like, and if you've ever been in a situation where your woman has dealt with somebody else sexually, and you decide to get back with her, shout out to y'all. I salute you. I've done it before. I'll never do that again. Like, you know, right now, I'll never do that again. Oh, no. Here's the thing. I'm going to give you a situation, right? Girlfriend cheats on me. There's another guy. We might have made... I didn't know she cheated on me at the time, so I found out later that she was cheating, but anyway. All right. Had a break. She had sex. Oh, God. Shiver me timbers. With another guy, right? Took her back after she asked me to take her back, begged, pleaded, sorry, promises, whatever. And took her back. And I remember distinctly she came over to my mom's crib, not my crib. She came over to my mom's crib one day and told me, was it my mom's crib? Yeah, she came to my mom's crib one time and told me, this guy tried to talk to me. And he tapped me on my shoulder to talk to me. And the look on her face was that of the one that we assumed and presumed that was on Jada's face. Like, yo, what you gonna do about it? But as a man, you willingly wanted another man to insert himself inside of you until he was done. But you want me to go get upset at a guy trying to holler at you because you're a good-looking woman and may have overstepped his boundaries by tapping you on your shoulder? That's way better than the statistics in New York where you got the dummies on the corner that don't know how to approach women. Yeah, let's talk about that for a second. The men that don't know how to approach women and they've gotten comfortable in what they've seen in this ratchet stuff, and women have gotten comfortable to responding to it, is why you have guys that go, yo, damn, she look good. I hope she hear me too. But we don't have men that'll walk up to this woman to speak to her on her own. I've seen it. I've done it. I know it, and I definitely know guys that do it. I just know there's a high level of these guys that are so afraid of rejection that they yell out to women instead of approaching them, and that's what happens. And that's it. And that's where we get we got these guys that haven't matured emotionally in the rejection field or the being told no field that they spaz out. Shout out to the young lady from Harlem that got jumped for no reason just because she didn't want to talk to some dude in the liquor store. Like, this is the type of chump behavior that we got going on, and we applaud it. We applaud these guys robbing older people and citizens of the neighborhood and things like that. You know, people that live in the neighborhood and not doing any harm to anyone. These are the people that, you know what I'm saying? And we applaud that type of behavior. Come on now. Are we not better than that? What are we better than? If we can't be better in ourselves, then what are we better than? And we're just gonna continue the same behavior that if anybody else does it, we're upset about it. But if we do it to ourselves, justifying it, like, eh. But if Will did indeed stand up and go to that stage to slap somebody because his woman looked at him, I just want to play this tidbit real quick.
Ponder my life. if I was running around.
Yeah.
Okay.
The way my mind works, I can only excel for a woman.
Aww.
Like I can't.
I think a lot of men are like that though.
Yeah.
I think women are.
You heard him? I can only excel for a woman. So that would speak to the whole very thing that we are thinking, which is like, yo, he was laughing at first, and then when she wasn't laughing, he went up to the stage, and after he slaps Chris Rock, now she's laughing and keeling over in her seat. What? 92% of all incarceration is men. 75% of all incarceration is due to a violent crime. No, 75% of all the victims of a violent crime and more, I believe, I think it's like 77% now, is men. Men are the victims of violent crimes. Oftentimes, we got women that get so offended by words because y'all fall in love with words first. My opinion, my theory, I think women fall in love with words before they fall in love with actions. This is why they like notes and fairy tales and things of that nature. But we're going to go from there. But I think women fall in love with words first, so words may seem to hurt first, right? Was it warranted over the words? Because then once she's laughing and it's funny now, is the slap funny, or why couldn't the joke be funny? We couldn't laugh at the joke. We can he at the joke. And because when Regina Hall got up on the stage, right? Let's go to Regina. Where's she at?
Will Smith, you're married, but you know what? You're on the list and looks like Jada approved you, so you get on up here. Get on up here.
Now Will's clapping. Jada. That joke was more edgier than the bull joke. I digress, though. I digress. This is the behavior, and then, I mean, I adore Tiffany Haddish. You know, as a person, I'm not really a big fan of her comedy. I think the funniest thing she did was that response on the red carpet. That was hilarious when the reporter mistakenly said, "Did you have a maybe mistakenly?" I give people the benefit of the doubt. Maybe that's my problem as a person. I'll be given the benefit of the doubt and given chances. Stupid me, maybe. But I thought the reporter made a mistake in saying, "Hey, so I see you did another costume change," and then Tiffany Haddish ate her up. But yeah, you know, we have women that are advocating for this type of behavior, but oftentimes women call men to stand up for them violently. They want us to stand up for them violently, and then doing that violence, we are inciting violence, which begets violence, and then somebody end up dead, and then somebody's on the news crying. But we're not empathetic. We don't see each other as reflections in mirrors, which we are. This is what we are. Excuse me. So that's why we have to wait till a child that gets kidnapped that we know of somebody that knows them, and then it affects us. So somebody gets shot that we know or is close to somebody that we know, then it affects us. We don't have to wait until then. Put yourself in somebody else's shoes for a second. Just put yourself in somebody else's shoes for a second and empathize. We keep on saying, oh, we don't know how she was taking the joke. It doesn't matter how she took the joke. If she laughed at the joke, was Will still supposed to slap him? Are we basing the reaction of this man that's supposed to be logical on what her emotions was? Because if she laughed at the joke, was he still supposed to slap her? If he slapped her still and then she was arguing with him over slap, like, we got to call a spade and let's take accountability for what we're doing. But y'all let me know below in the comments how y'all feel about it. Argue with me. I don't care. Call me out my name. It happens all the time. I ain't gonna slap you. I don't really care. I don't got time for it. There's so much life to live. There's so much beautiful things to enjoy that I can't waste space in my mind. I've done it before. Held grudges. We're not even gonna get on things that don't matter. On things that don't matter. So much to the point that even when if I do wrong, I don't blame people for what they've done to me. As to the reason why I did wrong, it's not gonna resonate with me. Yeah, no. But I'm gonna take somebody to call that wants to tap in onto my IG live, but let's include this one now. Oh, what's going on? It's my bro. Yup, I accepted it. I don't see you though, bro. I don't know if it's working. I don't know if it's working. All right, well, we tried that. Oh, there you go. Hold on. Yup, you popped in and out. Pause. Pause. Peace, peace, peace. What's good? What's good? My brother LeBron. Oh, yo, everybody. Y'all check out my brother LeBron's page, Broken Traditions, where he talks about a lot of topical content, a lot of popular content that's going on in the world today, current events, and much to do with how it affects our people. And he also does black-owned business reviews. So again, that's Broken Traditions. Y'all check him out, yo, on YouTube. Bam. Oh, check out my brother Bam. Reseller extraordinaire. Y'all check out Bam Concepts on IG. That's my bro. Go live with real straight cash. Okay, I got you. I clicked it again, bro. Oh, what up? What up, Trey? Peace, 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 peace. I'm gonna try it again. I tried it again, Cash. I tried it again. I don't know if it's working. Peace, 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 Ben. Sure, we gonna get up soon, bro. I'm playing catch up. That's why you ain't even see me speaking in the morning meetup like that. But we gonna catch up. We're gonna catch up. Definitely, definitely. Peace, God. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, y'all. Yo, how y'all felt about it though? Y'all would have went up there and slapped. I think I don't know. I don't know. Y'all would have went up there and slapped Chris Rock like that. Y'all think that was warranted? What y'all feel? I personally don't agree with it. I think it was a little dumb. Cash, my fault, bro. I don't think it's my service because then my other joints would have stopped. Right? I think it was a little. I think it was a little extra. Nah, it wasn't needed. Right? It wasn't. I personally don't feel that this was necessary at all. And yo, if y'all run it back, y'all see all the points that I made to attest to that, from abuse in the relationship already to being reactionary before we're expressing ourselves verbally, which is the first thing that we teach children I made a couple points, but I just don't see it. And I want somebody that, I mean, there was plenty of people on my Facebook. There was plenty of people on my Instagram that was yelling at me, cursing at me, saying I'm blocking you. I'm like, but you're on my page. I don't, but they didn't show up and I told them about it. It's as simple as two wrongs don't make a right. That's what I think. And even so, I feel like if he felt some type of way, that if he was so upset about it, see that man. Anytime you really want to see it, man, you don't gotta make a show of it or a spectacle of it. You gonna go see that he ruined his career with that move. You think you think it's over? LeBron, I don't think so. It was good positivity, vibe, and peace, peace, peace. You think it's over? Chris Rock went home to his family with a swollen face. Slaps hurt more than a punch. Yo, slaps do hurt way more than a punch, bro. That's a fact. He went home to his family though. That's the key words. Like we try to dish out the window. Like Will was protecting his family. Nobody was protecting Chris's family. And she said she didn't want him to do that right after the fact. Right? Right? Send you an invite. I got you right now. I'm gonna try to do that, bro. All right. I'm sending an invite right now, bro. They would have both been called hood if they if they would have fought. That's a fact. If Chris Rock would have socked them, Chris Rock saved us. Kill me, I kill you is an eye for an eye. That's a fact. What do we get to as a people with that? What's going on, Cash? Talk your
Yo, bro, I've been having this debate for quite some time since it happened, and often in time, I'm one of those people who stay away from conversations like this because people don't usually agree with my opinion. At the end of the day, there's a way to go about things. There's a way to handle things as adults, especially as a culture. And that platform wasn't the place, nor the time, like I would say a white dominant event for you to slap another brother like that.
facts.
They could have had that conversation behind closed doors, one-on-one, man-to-man. Yo, listen, I really wasn't feeling that. And it goes into what you were saying about reacting off her emotions. You know how many times I've been in situations like that where I could have been locked up or dead myself.
Yes, sir.
Overreacting.
Yes, sir.
Impulse is crazy.
Yes,
So
it is.
it's mind-boggling how, yeah, it's funny. You can make all the memes about it. We can make all the jokes about it. That's fine. But how embarrassed I feel to be of African American descent and to see that kind of behavior displayed.
Mm-hmm.
shows a lot of immaturity. Like I expect more than that, especially from a man of his caliber.
That's come on, so many. Come on, man. That's a fact. That's a fact, bro. So, too many facts. And I completely agree with you. I can't. I was looking for somebody to come in here and disagree because people talking heavy, but a lot of times comments get deleted because people have to. You have to be patient with people, honestly, because if you see an immature mindset in them, you have to understand they're still thinking from an immature place. And those are the people that you got to give the most patience to and repeat stuff to. My brother Lamar said Will Smith was too emotional. It's been too many black men acting off emotions lately in the media. It's like something in the air. It's a fact, bro. Y'all go check out his page where he's talking about that. There's a lot of emotionality going on in the media. Now I had spoken about Ti getting so offended about a woman coming to Lauren Knight, excuse me, not a woman, a black woman comedian that came to the stage and he said something to her like, "Yo, shut up," and then she said, "Why don't you talk about those allegations?" So then he went crazy and got a little rambunctious. I'm like, "Yo, how's he gonna act when somebody make a joke about Tiny though?" And it's Ti. Like,
Right, right.
okay, bro. Yes, definitely,
Yeah,
definitely.
that's crazy.
Yeah. No, I think
That's
you.
crazy. You said that happens to be a common thing amongst us as men, right?
You
Like
know it.
they do things without thinking about the consequences.
That's why we end up where we end up. So
So
a
I
lot of
can't.
times.
Right. I can't imagine Will Smith at another Oscar. I can't imagine him winning another Oscar. And as great as an actor as he is, he kind of just burnt the bridge you might need to cross again.
Right. Right. Which is why he had to.
So
And then it's even nastier. What's going on? Peace, 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 peace.
Yo,
I'm gonna say this one piece.
I just finished my live stream, but I can't be on too long. I'm doing the cleanse. I gotta go to the bathroom.
All right, come on. Chop it up, bro.
Hold on. Okay, I gotta set my phone up. I gotta have my look. So what's good? What's good? What's going on, brother? What's going
Peace,
on,
peace,
Keith?
peace, peace, LeBron.
peace.
But yeah, man. Yeah, y'all can finish up. Y'all was speaking.
So my last point to that was just even the apology or lack thereof was like his immediate apology wasn't even to the person that he did the wrong to. It was to the Academy and the other nominees. Chris Rock wasn't nominated for nothing. So it was to the Academy and the other nominees. And then after hindsight, I'm like, damn, bro, like what's the hindsight in the fact that then a public apology is an Instagram worded text? No, I'm a firm believer that
with no comments.
it was a little bit weird. I don't even think he wrote it at this point, but the apology should be louder than the disrespect, in my opinion, every time. So it was just, it's just, I was like, damn, now after losing respect for him getting out of his character and going up and do that. Maybe that isn't his character, but going up and doing that. After that, then the aftermath of your hindsight don't even look like you thinking clear, period. Like this is hindsight now. You still don't sit down and say, yo, let me call my mans that knows my kids, plays with my children, been in films with my girl. Like, let me go talk to that man. No, let me put up a text apology. Like when you like what you do when you get caught and you in the corner, you don't really know how to apologize when you're immature in your apologies. That's what it felt like. What you feel like, Laurent?
Now, I took it to another aspect. I was speaking about how black men has been looking real. What's the word? I guess it's weak, right? Black men been looking real weak in the media. Like just in 2022, remember we had Antonio Brown running off the field. We had Antonio Brown run off the field. Then we had I don't know if you guys watch college basketball, but Juwan Howard smacked the coach because he grabbed his arm. You know what I'm saying? What else we had? Russell Westbrook is going off on fans because they call him Westbrook.
Yep.
This man Westbrook's getting paid $47 million a year to play basketball, but he's beefing with fans. What else we had? Jim Jones in the Gucci store complained about not getting customer service. Like it's a lot that's going on with black men. And this is April.
This is April.
This is April. Now we got Will Smith smacking Chris Rock. Now we got T.I. going on stage. It's like, yo, I don't know what's in the air. And like I said, this is just this year.
It is.
That all this is going on.
Yo, that's a fact.
Only this year. I'm not even mentioning when remember when I don't know if you guys watch sports or not. When John Gruden, when John Gruden had an email talking about some dude's lips, you had Randy Moss on ESPN crying about that. Like, why
it was
another man talking about another man's lips?
Yo, I didn't know. I could have went the rest of my life without knowing that one. And you got more. I know you got more. He said, I didn't even get into 2021. This is 2022.
Yeah, I'm talking about 2022.
Damn.
And we're in April. It's like every month something crazy happens. Not even to mention Kanye West. All the stuff he's going through.
Yo, top notch. Top notch. He's up there. Peace y'all. My fault. I ain't want to interrupt any of my guests while they speaking, so I ain't say nothing but peace y'all. Yo, that's a dollar. And once you put up once I saw your thumbnail, my brain started to, I'm like, oh wow. But then now you're giving me prime examples because again I don't watch sports, so that's crazy that you even bring. Yo, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
He said he had lips like Michelin's.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's fake. That's not funny. That's funny. That's hilarious.
He cried on ESPN about that. He cried.
Yeah, but I think the comment, from my perspective, right, was a key to the ignition, because at the time that comment was brought up to the forefront, we were having issues with black coaches being hired properly. So I think he needed that moment to like cultivate some kind of awareness in terms of like, okay, this is happening with white coaches. This don't come out with black coaches, but yet they get hired and paid more than black coaches.
So you think
because John Gruden's contract was like $100 million for 10 years.
Yeah, he had the highest contract in the NFL.
Yeah, that has never happened. So for someone to get paid that amount of money and have that kind of character, it speaks volumes to how the NFL hides a lot of what goes on in the background.
All right, so I want to talk more about emotions since you brought that up. How do you feel about Brian Flores' lawsuit?
Which is what?
That's emotions. That's emotions.
Can y'all break it down? Can y'all break it down for me? I'm lost.
All right. Okay. You want to speak on it? I speak on it a little bit. So basically,
absolutely, I'll speak on it. Whenever you're ready.
I got it. So Brian Flores, I'm explaining to you. So Brian Flores did not get hired by the New York Giants. The New York Giants already had a coach that they wanted to hire, but the coach's name was Brian as well. So Bill Belichick texted the wrong Brian and said, "Hey, congratulations on the job," right? So Brian Flores, like, I didn't even interview for this job, but that was the dream job he wanted because Brian Flores, if I'm not mistaken, is originally from the Bronx or like Westchester, something like that.
Wow.
So he wanted that Giants job. So he's gonna be the first black coach to coach the Giants. So he's going to coach the Giants, and he didn't get the job. The job was already fulfilled before he interviewed. So he sued the NFL for unfair practices for hiring. But he was already nominated for other jobs. So he didn't wait it out to see what job he could have got. He just sued the NFL before he could get a job, before he get the job that he wanted. So that's like a emotional-based move. Like, why don't you wait to play out? But the reason why he sued the NFL the time he did, because it was Black History Month, and he wanted to get traction on it.
Mm-hmm. I don't even know. Can we be mad at that either? Like, it's almost Jesse Smollett style, but it's based off of the truth. It's Jesse Smollett.
It's not. He's saying that he can't get a job,
which is not true.
Job that he wanted.
Which is not true. Yeah, it's true that he can get a job. It's just not the one he wanted.
I think he could have got the job at Houston, or it was like another team that he could have got a job at. That he was like the number one candidate for that job.
Brian Flores. They're talking about Brian Flores right now and how he sued the NFL.
Yeah, I think he could have got a job if he didn't pull that move.
So, like, what's interesting about that, right, is the time he chose to sue first, and also what he was suing over.
Yeah.
I don't think it warrants him to sue the NFL for that, because he, like you said, had multiple opportunities lined up. This taps into the fact that you are completely right about how emotional men, specifically black men, have been of recent.
Yeah.
And
The internet is so powerful that instead of people taking a second to process their thoughts and actually having a conversation with the people they're at fault with or they have a disagreement with, they just put it on blast. Let me go get a lawyer. Let me cash out on this opportunity. Because if he really felt some kind of way, he could have took another job and sued behind the scenes. He didn't have to bring it to the forefront and have an interview. He could have done all this paperwork on the back burner and still been working as a coach in the NFL.
But check the ill part out. He sued the NFL for not hiring black coaches, but he hired white lawyers to sue the NFL. Make it make sense.
Yo.
That does not make
I'm happy
sense.
you're not a journalist. People would hate you if you was a journalist. But hold on. But then in 2005, yo, that's a fact.
That was crazy.
So in summary, I feel like this has been a long time coming and a lack of structure and accountability. A lot of times, especially in sports, that's the only focus of athletes was once they got into sports, it was sports. It wasn't really just like
I think you freeze it up, Keith. I don't know if it's my phone or not.
Yeah, you're breaking up.
Okay, yeah, Keith, you freeze it up.
Still?
Yeah, you're breaking up. You look blurry now.
That's nasty. That's
You
nasty.
said that's not.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it anyway though, but it's just the fact that the lack of accountability. A lot of times they get into sports and then you miss out on other interactions with people and building that character with regular social interaction because you surround yourself with just sports. And then once they make it and they get that popularity, they tend to do less work on their character integrity and things of that nature for sports. And look at the game of basketball. If we're talking about men being accountable, basketball would not be the game to watch and see that because every 5 seconds they throwing their hands in the air. That wasn't me. I didn't foul them. It's never anybody's fault in basketball. So you got to think like trying to see how if that's how they behave on the court during a game, how do they behave in their real life? So even in like, come on, like hockey's built a whole section around dudes just fighting. So a lot of times in sports, I'm like, yo, are we like that's the quickest way to understand that? Like, oh, if you don't do this, you're not gonna get this. But as far as penalties are concerned for your emotions and outbursts, I don't know if that's like, you know what I mean? I don't know. What y'all think?
Nah, that's so you just took this emotional topic and you widen up the horizon because you open my eyes to see something differently. Like, NBA players complain probably the most in sports.
Yes.
Like, they complain the most in sports. Now, when it comes to accountability, they're so privileged growing up. They have these opportunities coming at such a young age that they never grow to become adults and men to take accountability for when they do something wrong.
Right.
As long as nobody's holding them accountable, they're totally fine with what's happening in the world. But the second someone says something about them that they don't agree with, they go off on a tangent, they get over emotional, they want to yell and scream. You got baseball players throwing bats, throwing helmets, like slamming stuff down, and that's not really a good example to set to the youth that's coming up behind us.
And add on to that, you have basketball players now telling referees to kick fans out because of stuff they said to you.
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving. Yep, Kyrie Irving just did that.
Yeah, imagine the stuff that Spike Lee say to Reggie Miller, say to Scottie Pippen. I remember there was a clip of I think Reggie Miller told Spike Lee, "Yo, get off my dick." And Spike was there.
Yeah.
Spike Lee had to eat that. Spike Lee had to eat that. But I'm saying, like, I don't know, man.
Imagine, like, look how many fights was happening in the NBA in the 90s. Like, imagine how, like...
Oh, what's good? What's good? How you get on here?
Wow. Is that Cash Out? Is that your Cash Out? Is that him? Is that really him?
Follow me on Instagram.
Ah, get your plugs in, young boy.
That's all I had to say, man. I'm out of here, man. That's my...
He everywhere. Y'all ain't never there. That's what's up. That's dope. That's dope. I'm like, who's he? Let me just let them in here real quick. I'm like, oh, it's a girl. I was about to kick her, and that's what she saying. All right. I'm like, ah. That's what's up.
That's what I like. I was like, oh, yeah, girl house.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, man. But yeah, that's all. That's I forgot I was still on YouTube. But yeah, man, that's pretty much what I had on it. Like, yo, at what like we have to hold each other accountable as much as like Den's like I don't think anybody thought it was real at the moment, especially him walking up to the stage mad slow for us to say like, yo, somebody should have stopped him or said something. But like that aftermath is like, yo, we praising him. Like even like what's the name said? I forgot the actor's name, and he was like, yo, we give him a standing ovation for this. But what were they supposed?
Jim Carrey said that.
Yeah, Jim Carrey. But what were they supposed to do in the moment? And I guess they were supposed to do all the other protocols that they would have imagined would have happened, which is him be excused, arrested, so on and so forth. But were they not like he's still here? Are we supposed to not clap or are we supposed to boo? Jamari jumped in and catch that.
I guess he supposed to clap.
Right. Like I don't even know, man. But
yeah, I guess I would have did the same thing.
This is my last. Unless something new happens, yo, that's big on this. This is my last time talking about it. I waited a week and a half or 2 weeks to talk about it. Talking about it now, and it's just like, man, all the resistance that's been online about it. It was just so. That's why I really wanted to do a live about it because I saw so many people disagreed with me.
Did you see August Alsina now dropped a song talking a little bit about it, and he's dropping a book?
No, but then again, I said earlier in my live, I was like, if we talking about him protecting her, I think this ain't do nothing but make the target big on her. Now it's gonna be nothing but jokes. You say he dropping a book now? Like, come on. And all this because
it's a wrap.
Yo, this should have been behind closed scenes. You got any closing words, brother LeBron? You muted. There you go.
Oh yeah, I had a call.
It's all good.
Hold on, let me text her right quick.
It's all good. If you got final statements, let me know. Shout out to my YouTube, yo. Everybody, subscribe, like, comment. If you disagree with me, I especially want to read your comment because I want to know what the other side thinks. I know what my people think. I know what the like-minded think. I want to know what y'all think. So let me know below in the comments again. If y'all don't have me on IG, go ahead and add me on IG. It's Keys Open Doors everywhere. And you check out my brother LeBron. Broken Traditions on YouTube, Broken Traditions on IG. Check them out. LeBron, any closing thoughts, words? Did you get your text?
Oh, no.
You good? You good?
Yeah, I can text. I'm on a MacBook too, so I can text on the computer.
Oh, show off. Always an Apple product consumer to say, "Oh no, I got you." All right, yo, brother. I appreciate you for tapping in. Word. We gotta do more of these for real.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. My son came in too, so that's a good thing.
Yo, that was dope. That was extra dope. Yo, for those of y'all didn't catch it, the exclusives on IG. My man Son even came in here. Jamari Cash Out. Y'all check him out. He's on YouTube as well. Y'all check him out. Yeah, man. Problems. We got problems. Everybody doing something. So y'all should be busy as well, man. The hungry don't complain about a full plate. So go ahead and have a seat. You heard? I'm out of here. It's Keys Open Doors. Right. Peace. And I gotta slide the whole. I got that. All right. Instagram, you are not.